Hey guys, how are you? Happy Saturday. I wanted to call it Sunday, but that's just because I had yesterday off, so it's going to be one of those long weekends where you don't know what day it is, but that's okay. I pulled some paper that I've been really excited to try. This is from close to my heart. It was their color of the year, basically. Oh, cool. I'm glad to hear that you were might go live later or might craft later. I guess you don't go live until Monday, but hello, Elizabeth. Welcome. Welcome, any other people who drop by. And welcome to my cat who's on my desk, even though I told him not to be on my desk about 4 times. So I don't know. It's not quite his dinner time. So I don't know what he is up to. Yeah. So as close to my heart was closing, if you placed an order, they put this paper on. I mean, it's like a 6-sheet paper pack, but it went on clearance and it was super cheap. And as you know, I have a thing for teal. So it's this on this side and this on the other side. So it's a pretty nice non-directional pattern. I also had this one left over from when I made the that clamshell card on a previous when Sarah Liz was running the mystery craft along. I know you're familiar with them, but I'll throw this out for anyone new who's watching or anyone who's watching on the replay. But other than having cat interference again, he's a little off camera. You can't see him, but he'll probably be here to be a nuisance at some point. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, mystery craft alongs are kind of like blind scraps if you ever did those back in the day. They're kind of like a shoebox swap too, in that like there's a series of instructions. However, we don't actually know what we're making. So the first instruction is basically the cutting guide to basically say what pieces you need. And I do have a new project envelope to check out that was like super cheap on from the Walmarts. And it has a mustache on it for some reason, which is a little, I believe it's the logo of the company. But anyway, usually don't need like a huge project envelope. Just a standard one is fine because we almost always do projects that sort of kind of resemble A2s in size. So I don't know. It's kind of fun. Just giving the cat a little ear scratch, which might be why he's being obnoxious. He might just want attention. Anyway, so in about 2 hours, less than that, in about an hour, we're later than I thought. 2 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. my time, 5 p.m. if you're Eastern, some other time your time, over on Lynn's channel, which I can't redirect to yet. And here's the cat. But someday I'll be over 1,000 subscribers and we'll be able to do all the fancy redirect things all you guys know how to do now. Anyway, sir, can you please just scooch off my desk? That would be super if you would be not on my desk right now. Now he's on my lap. Now he's really on my lap. Now he's down. Okay. Anyway, where was I? I was distracted. Anyway, so the mystery craft alongs are always the last Saturday of the month. Oh, hey, Brian, how are you? I haven't picked out papers yet, although I'm thinking we're going with teal. And Pam actually gave me this cool orange that's two-shaded. So I think I'll use this. I might grab some heavy paper, heavy white to use for the card base. But this is sort of the color palette I'm thinking of because it kind of gives me, on the other side of this one, it's white. So it has a lot of range. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, mystery craft alongs. You get a cutting guide, you cut up all the pieces, and then you get clues throughout the mystery craft along. And at the end of the day, you probably have made something. I didn't make any new ephemera because I had some things. If I had my brain together, I probably would have cut some other stuff. But I have a bunch of old. I have a turtle. I might need to use that turtle because one of my friends wants one of the turtle cards. I have some unicorns. I have some sea stuff. And if I can find my other box, I have some dudes somewhere. Let's find those because I might need those sooner rather than later. Oh, here they are. Right in front of my face. So we have some hellos. We have these like gamer dudes that I made at one point. What else do I have in here? Oh, I just have a bunch of these. I have a bunch of these. I've also got a bro sentiment for my gamer bro. Now that looks kind of a nice color palette. Just saying. That was accidental, but I also have this Kendra's Card Challenge kit that has some little superhero people. Thor and some guy with a trident. I don't know. I'm not sure who this is. If you know, please put it down in chat. Anyway. Yeah, one of my friends was like, I want your turtle card. And I was like, I think I mailed it to someone because I think I mailed it. The one turtle I have got a little maimed by the scan and cut, as I recall. Because he kind of has, I think he has, well, not badly. He's got a little bit of a shell issue where, like, the shell was pale, but I don't think it's all that noticeable if you put him on top of a background. His shell is flatter. So I'll probably just use him on the card when I remake it. I also have this MVP, which would be kind of cool because it's the neon lunar paste, but it's also teal adjacent. I don't know what color this is. I think this is supposed to be a neon teal, but it's just sort of a really nice metallic teal. Anyway, I better cut some stuff or I won't have cut anything by the time the mystery craft along gets here. But let me grab some white for a base. I want white. I don't know, with all this color, I guess white. I don't know. Let me grab some white. I'm not sure if I like it or not. I do not know. Where did the heavyweight paper go? Oh, there it is. Oh, goodness. That was more challenging than I thought. And this is a little mangled, but it'll be fine. But this is Nina 110. So I may do the base out of 110 since I don't know what we're making. I think this works better with, I guess if this is a more of a white color palette, this works. If we did more orange and dark teal, it might be okay. I don't love it with the darker teals. I don't know. This seems like the white seems boring. I guess we can always ink the white if we have to. Or I could just use orange. I might just use orange. What about like a gray? I must have something that I like. Oh, that's Loki. Okay, thank you. I am not up on my Thor mythology, clearly. But let me see if I can get something a little more interesting than white. And I don't want to use Pam's nice paper. I really want like a neutral that's not. Green would be okay. Gray would be better. Or like a sandy brown would be really nice. Oh, I might have some Dune left over. Oh, here's a sandy brown, but that's kind of lightweight. I wonder if I still have some of that Spellbinder's Dune. That would be perfect. If I didn't use it all up. I don't think I did. It's in the forever bucket of 9 million things I'm working on using up. That's not it. That's not it. We have some delightful green. We have whatever this is. Yellow, black. Yellow, black. Purple. Purple wouldn't be a bad option here. More yellow. I know you exist, paper. What do we have? I feel like I pulled the Dune to use it on something, and now I put it back not where it should be. Mom. What about cards here? I'm not good at putting things back where they're supposed to go. That is for sure. Even though it'll be 2025's goal. Put things back where they're supposed to be when you're done with them. Oh, this is cute. It's kind of a neat orange. Where are you? I'm only annoyed because I know this paper exists. Well, I might just do white because I can't find it. That is weird. What do I have here? These are all my cards. These are not my cards. Where did my Dune go? Or I might have something else. We could go cream. Let's just go orange. I think I'll just do orange because I can't quite find the color I want. Because I think oh, see you, Brian. I think this might be okay. I still would like a little bit of a more neutrally color that's not white. Let me just check in my other paper spots. What is this? This is Lawnform Vellum. That is in the specialty paper. We have this. Boo. Why can't I find the paper I want? Oh, here we go. Mineral paper. That is also not the paper I want, but that's kind of interesting stuff. But do some more alcohol ink. That would be fun to pull in. Oh, is this it? This is more of that. Oh, this might be nice. This is a nice brown. Let's use this brown if I have enough of it. So that would be kind of. I think I like kind of like the brown with this. Now that looks very Halloweeny. I don't know. Yeah, I have other colors. I have another one of the brown. Really nice red too. Let's go cream. I think cream will be nice. Hopefully, this is a little flimsy, but hopefully it'll be. I don't know. Hey Pam, how are you? Because I feel like this together looks really good, and this with any of the teals looks good. And then I could go for a more vibrant orange. Could mix in a more vibrant orange if we wanted to like do that. I don't know. I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay. Problem solved. Except I shouldn't have put my other thingamajigger over there. What I probably should. Oh, for those of you who are playing along, you would probably like to see what I am cutting. Let me grab that quick. Hey, Carla, welcome. Hey, Pam. Think Elizabeth was around. Brian popped in, but he's prepping for the MCA. If you're not doing anything in like an hour, less than an hour, exactly an hour. It was one of those things. If you're not doing anything in an hour, He'll be over on Lynn's channel, I think. He might be simulcasting to his own. But this is a supply list that we're working with. So basically, 10x7 is an interesting base. Oh, I guess it's a 5 by whatever. One of those weird cards that I don't make ever. I have sentiments. I have focal images. And then we're going to... I think we'll do 401 and these are all width by height, by the way. Although I'm using non-directional patterns, so I don't think it matters. But I need 10x7 is the first one. So that means I need to stick out the arm because none of these dimensions are less than 7. Anyway, so 7 this way. 7. I'm sure we'll need a scoring device of some sort. I'll probably have to use this thing because I only have the itty bitty scoreboard. I should invest in like an actual 12x12 scoreboard because not having one has been somewhat annoying when I've been making albums and stuff. Anyway, so this is basically a 5x7 card, probably. It might be something else. Let me grab this thingy. So we have our first piece in. You can label these with Post-it tape too. Like sometimes it can get confusing what things are what. Or I mean, you can just label it on any kind of tape. But I like the Post-it tape because it comes off pretty easily. So the next thing I need is a 4x6.5. 6.5? Something like that. 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Well, that's not what I said at all, is it? So it's 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Oh, is it? Thanks, Pam. That's good to know. I haven't gotten that far. Oh, you're right. 1x7. Well, let's cut that now before I lose it. There's a great idea. Is this 1? It's not quite 1, but we can make this 1x7 very, very easily. When I asked Brian, he said it didn't really matter if the patterns in solids were the same or not. So we'll see. I feel like the thing here that's always tricky is like, without telling you what it is, it's hard to answer. Anyway, 1x7. I'm assuming this is a strip on the card of some sort. We'll find out. I have no idea what we're making. I guess I would guess a 5x7 card because if you pick this up, like this is exactly this size. And I mean, with this cream, like we can always ink it if we want it to be a different color. So one of the benefits if you actually do these things is using white and non-directional paper is really nice. Anyway, let's see. So that's solid 7 we've already banged out. So solid 2 is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Oh wow, that's kind of interesting. Oh, that's a good idea. I could cut 2. But I really like these. These are actually from you. I forget if you saw these coming in, but I really like how these are two-toned. I mean, it's going to do nothing to convince Mary Gunn that I am like secretly on Team Orange from a color family craft roulette standpoint, but you know. So 4 3/4. Plus, I hate using this like I probably can't replace it paper. I always feel a little paranoid that it's going to be like. I'll later decide I'd be like, oh, I could have used this cheap paper that I had from Michael's. What did I say? 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. 6.5, 6 3/4. What I mean by that theory, I would never use anything. So this is I'm guessing this must be a 5x7 mat of some sort. I do not know. But if we look at our card base, right, this would mat on quite nicely. Be a very tight mat, though. Right, you'd only really have 1/8 of an inch around it. So I don't know. Wonder what color this will look like inside of green. Oh, still orange, just less so. So 4.5 by 4 is our next cut. Also a solid. I think we can cut. Maybe I can close this up. We'll see. 4. We'll say 4 inches. And then 4.5. I love the. Do you know if this paper company is still in business, Pam? I really like the texture. It's like a linen-y kind of. Like it's not entirely smooth. It's like one of those fun linen papers. Anyway, I really like this paper. I really like the feel of this paper. It's really fun. Anyway, so that's whatever. One of the solids we then we need 4 3/4 by 1 1/4 by a bunch of them. Well, 2. Is this 4 3/4? It would be great if it was. It's not. Well, boo. I guess we can cut it to 4 3/4 and then cut our slices off. What are these? These are 4 3/4 by 1 1/4. I think I need 2. 4 3/4 by 1 1/4. 4 3/4 by 1 1/4. And I still love, even after owning this trimmer for like 2 years, that you had I love these trimmers with guides on the right side. So like cutting small things like 1/4 inches like isn't a complete nightmare. Because that was the one thing I didn't like about my Guillotine Tim Holtz trimmer. I mean, the only sucky thing about these drop-in trimmers is like they chew through blades like you wouldn't believe, but you know. So we got the base, we have the solid, we have the other solid, we have the 2 we just cut. Now we need 1 of 4 3/4 by 3 1/4, which won't come out of any of my strips. So I have to cut into another piece of this lovely solid. What's 3 1/4 is the 3 1/4, 4 1/4, 4 3/4. Oh, you can't cut that out of an 8.5 by 11. Well, I mean, I can, but like, I can't cut it out of like one side of an 8.5 by 11. 4 3/4. There are a lot of 4 3/4 in this. Oh, I guess I only need one of these, so my previous concern is sort of elated. 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. Because a 4 3/4 by 3 3/4 and a 4.5 by 4. I wonder if those go together. Anyway, 3 3/4. Okay, so this is one of the pieces. I'm concerned I'm going to have to actually like measure these, I think, because some of these are like close enough that I could mess up which one is which. Anyway. Oh, that's a good idea. White and blue is so pretty. Anyway, let's see what we've done. So we've got a 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. So now we need a 1 1/4 by 7 and a 1 by 7. So I think I have 7. I definitely have 7 inches of this other piece. So I can cut both of those out of here, probably. because these are both, they're both 7 by something. Seven by something. Doo-dah. So I need a 1 inch and a 1 1/4, if I remember my measurements correctly. I know I needed a 1 inch, a 1 inch, and a 1 1/4. This is the 1 inch. We also have the other 1 inch that we saved from our base. So then this is a 1 1/4. So we can use either the orange one or the non-orange one. I really like these like 2 oranges on each other. You know, I think that's a really cute, cool look. I'm not really dissuading people that I'm not like a big orange fan, but there we go. So I think that's all of our solids. And I want to save all these pieces because I really like this paper. And a lot of these are like very usable on A2s. So it would be pretty, I mean, a lot of these would be really good to like block out an A2 card front. We'll leave the arm out because I know I need to cut pattern paper and yeah, that. And all the pattern paper I seem to own now is 12 by 12. Well, that's not true. I have a lot of 6 by 6 as well, but all the new stuff I got from Close to My Heart was this size. But I think I'm going to try and use up some of this guy because we need a bunch of ones that are like 4.5 by 1. Oh well, it's too bad the company no longer exists, but you know. It seems not all that uncommon in the crafty world just because there's like I'm sure there's so much push to like produce, you know, like there's so many companies out there. So this is 4.5, so I just need to cut 4 of these. These are actually 4 by 1, like horizontally, FYI, if you're doing anything that's using a directional paper. We just cut a bunch of these. I hope I said the right dimension. Yeah, 1. I'm really bad about like cutting a bunch of MCA pieces and then realizing I cut them to the wrong dimension. But if you are new to the MCA thing, I would definitely recommend like the closer to a while you're a neutral your cardstock is, the better off, and the more non-directional paper you have, the better off. Because like even if I cut these to the wrong specification, like it doesn't matter with this dot pattern. So we have these. And these are white on the back, so in theory we could ink them too if we really wanted to. There are those, and most of y'all probably know this trick already, but basically if you get a new 12 by 12 anything, I always measure it 2 12 inches and then cut off the branding strip because depending on the company, this one is pretty good. But depending on the company, like the amount of like excess you have can vary a lot. Anyway. And this company no longer exists too. So, you know, it probably doesn't matter if they make stellar paint. Anyway, so we have the 4s. So what I want to then do is cut a 3.5 inch piece off of this. And this is 3.5 by something, 4.5. I do like that these are all nice 1/4 inch measurements. I mean, that's a lot easier than trying to figure out 8ths and 16ths in the middle of a long weekend. But this is the backside, so we have some play there. We also have a lot more of this paper left, so if we decide we don't like the metallic halfway into the MCA, we can always change. And then we need 3/4 inches by 7. This might be 7 inches. We could see, because we could probably. This is a little more than 7. Fabulous. So then I can just save that because I might use it in, it says 3/4 inch. So I'm guessing this probably mats, probably all those 7-inch ones mat on top of each other in some way. This one also, we have both options. I kind of like it this way though. Guess 7 would be wide, so I'm thinking we're probably doing like a landscape card, given how these measurements go down. And then we can do whatever we want for a focal image. I have a bunch of printables, so I think we'll likely do those unless there's a reason that's a bad idea. And then we just need ephemera or a sentiment or all that stuff. And I probably have enough of that floating around. So I think it only took us half an hour to cut. So that's pretty good. Anyway, so I think I'm going to take off. I don't have much else to tell you about. Trying to think if there's anything else. No, I don't think so. I will see you not on the panel, but I will see you in the audience for the MCA that starts at in about 45 minutes. So see you all over on Lynn's channel, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your afternoon. If I don't talk to you before then, hopefully Lennox will behave during the stream next time. We shall see, though. Anyway, chat at you guys later.